So I'm just going to close the sketch that I was in. To finish up the spanner that we're working on, I'm now going to fillet the edges, which will add a curve or round to all of the edges. I'm going to select this top face and click fillet, and it says there rolling ball. The edges that I want to work on, and I'm holding shift on my keyboard, and I want it to be all of the edges. I cannot make the curve that I apply to these edges bigger than the thickness of material, otherwise the curve wouldn't have an edge that it could work with. So this is 4mm thick, so the maximum thickness of curve that I can apply to this top face would be 2mm, which is quite large because it's half the thickness of the material. So on here I'm going to actually click and change the curve to 1, and you can see that it's applied that, and it's quite a nice little curve on the edge. If you wanted it to be really rounded, you can click 2, which is half of the thickness of that material there, and you can see that in the shape that you've created. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same to the bottom, and I've rotated the whole shape round, and hold shift, click all the edges that I'm working on, and I want to fillet those as well so that they have a nice curve to them. Hold shift on your keyboard, click fillet, and I would apply the same radius there. If I apply 2, you can see now that I have a very rounded shape, which I really like the look of. I want to apply my name onto the surface as well, so I've just rotated it round so that I'm actually looking at the top view, and on this face here I want to put Miss Downing on there. So I'm going to click, and then I'm going to sketch, and under sketch here, click sketch at the top, select the face you want to work on, and I've gone onto the top plane there. Actually looks like I'm seeing it from the wrong view. From the top. And under create, you will see text. Wherever you click to start your text is the base of the text. So if I click and then type Miss Downing, it should be the right way round and fit. Now, because this was 10mm tall, but I've taken at least 2 off either side, I'm going to make my text now 6, so that it fits perfectly. And I'm going to need to pick up my select tool because I just want to drag that so it's more in the center. You'll notice as well, if I double click so I want to edit that, I can change the font again. And I'm going to go for something that's a little bit flatter. Hold and click OK. So what I'm going to need to do is to select this text and to extrude it. So I click on the text, you can see it's gone darker blue. Click solid and extrude, or click key on your keyboard, E on your keyboard. And if you pull the text up, you'll see that I'm receiving an error. At the moment, the operation is set to join. You just click on there and click new body. This is not a part that we're trying to join. It's sitting on the face. And obviously, I can either join or I could cut. Okay, and the cut is bringing up an error. So it's the intersect. So what you want to do is join, just put a new body on the top there. Okay. And here 1mm is quite large. I would put something like 0.3 in here, so you've just got a small surface, and click OK. You should see there you've got your name applied on top of the spanner. You should be realizing that this has allowed you to create something that's a lot more complex. The next step would be for us to save this and click spanner in there. And to start rendering, which is where you apply colour or materials to the surface. So I'm going to click stop, and the next task will be to render the